think you're very strong. Hey guys, DB Right here, and we're back with another dose of What If. And this time, I thought it'd be fun to continue a story that, I'll be honest, sort of started as an April Fool's joke. And well, apparently this is one of the more popular What Ifs on this channel, and you guys seem to really like it. And that is, what if Cell Jr. turned good? In this story, we explored the possibility of Perfect Cell firing off one final Cell Jr. just before his imminent destruction at the hands of Gohan during their big Kamehameha struggle. And well, thanks to Cell firing Cell Jr. off in a fair distance, Cell Jr. was undetected by the Dragon Team. And where did Cell Jr. landed exactly? Outside Sinnoh's northern village, of course, where she, pretty much exactly like how she found Goku freezing to death in DragonBall, decides to take the little creature in and look after it, along with android number 8. This of course means that Sinnoh is of course a fully grown adult now, and we still got Android 8 who lives with her. And with a bit of a roller coaster with raising this Cell Jr., Cell Jr. actually decides to forget about his primary mission in destroying Gohan and the Dragon Team, and actually lives a more peaceful and happy life, even helping out his community. So what exactly brought about this change? Well, it didn't happen overnight. It mostly happened when one day Cell Jr., who is now named Curry, flown over to Goku and Chi-Chi's house and was going to eliminate the entire family, but instead, a 2-year-old Goten answered the door, and a bit of a weird friendship was formed between the two. You know, they're both children and both sort of enjoying each other's company, and that was the key element into Curry forgetting his mission. We then head into a time skip where Gohan starts high school, and of course Goten is the age he is in the anime when he's first introduced, and of course we get 8-year-old Trunks as well. Every time Trunks came over, they would sneak off, play with Curry, and Curry decides that he wants to introduce himself to the Dragon Team, just to let him know he's there and that he means no harm and that he's absolutely sorry for everything his father, the original Perfect Cell, had done 7 years ago. Interestingly enough, most of the Dragon Team accepted Curry, with the exception of Vegeta, who did not trust this abomination at all, which eventually led to the events of the Buu saga playing out slightly different, with Majin Vegeta taking on Curry instead of Goku, because Vegeta's frustrations were just purely fixated on Curry. You know, the whole humiliation Vegeta suffered at the hands of these little Cell Juniors back in the Cell games, it was just too much, even for his rivalry with Goku. And this, of course, ended with actually Curry knocking Vegeta out, and he decides to face Majin Buu alone, and he actually gets a pretty good hit on Majin Buu, using instant transmission to teleport himself and Buu, somewhere, just out of Earth's orbit, and he blows himself up. Curry blowing himself up, just like the original Cell did, when Cell took out Goku and King Kai's planet. Yep, Curry does the same thing, taking himself and supposedly Majin Buu with him. Did Buu survive? Did Curry survive? Of course they did, both of them did. Majin Buu's pieces began raining down on Earth, and Majin Buu, of course, reconstructs himself like he usually does. Which pretty much leads to Buu and Babidi doing their whole rampage thing. about the city. Now, meanwhile, Goku has since recovered. He can't sense Supreme Kai or Gohan's energy. They're alive, of course, but they're really badly beaten, so Goku's just sort of assuming the worst. But he does find Vegeta. He can still sense Vegeta. He's alive and well. He was only knocked out by Curry, after all. And he basically grabs Vegeta, and with everyone else who survived, the boys, Piccolo and all that, they all head up to the lookout using Goku's instant transmission. Vegeta still has the margin sign on his head because Babidi hasn't been killed yet. But finally, in the deep reaches of space, Curry has regenerated, just like his father did. And just like his father, Curry gets quite a Zenkai boost from it, blowing himself near death, all that Saiyan DNA in his system. Yes, Curry gets one heck of a Zenkai boost from this, using instant transmission to bring himself back to where he was, where everyone else was last seen. And he actually does manage to pick up on Gohan's energy and Supreme Kai's. He finds Supreme Kai first along the way, who's walking towards Gohan, and with Curry's help, they easily find Gohan, and Supreme Kai is a little worried, because Gohan is at the point where we could actually lose him. He could kill over any second. And without Kibito there to heal him, what were they going to do? Well, this is actually where Curry surprises everyone. This is pretty much down to basically Curry having a good nature unlike his father. Curry actually, surprisingly, unlocks the ability to heal people. Him having, Piccolo cells and Kami cells. But DB Rai, you're not sticking to the facts. Now you're just making stuff up. Unsubscribe! Well, at this point, Akira Toriyama can make things up, and, well, he's the original creator, of course he can. I don't see why not. I don't think this is too much of a stretch, with Curry being more good nature than what his father is, and I really cannot see why Kami could not have unlocked this ability himself. So, why not have that? This would lead to Gohan being healed just like he is in the original, and because Curry has instant transmission, they can go to the world of the Kais, and Supreme Kai can realize his plan of allowing Gohan to use the Z-Sword in order to fight Boo. Now meanwhile, everyone on the lookout is licking their wounds, Vegeta, of course, as well, who actually find that his M symbol has disappeared during the time that Curry, Gohan, and Supreme Kai have started putting their plan into action. Vegeta has since lost the margin sign on his head. And how is that? Well, we've got Bulma to thank for that. Even though Vegeta did not kill anyone in the tournament grounds this time, because Curry, sensing what Vegeta was about to do, him having Vegeta cells in him, Curry was able to prevent Vegeta from destroying the tournament, just going basically, very well, I will fight you. If you really want to try and stand against perfection again, I will fight you. Bulma could tell that there was something seriously wrong with her husband. Woman's intuition, that sort of thing, evil energy coming from Vegeta. So she is going around looking for the Dragon Balls, and she actually asks the Eternal Dragon to basically, she doesn't quite understand what had happened to her husband, but she basically says, can you make Vegeta the way he was? Actually works. I don't believe this sort of wish would be beyond the Eternal Dragon's power. I reckon the Eternal Dragon would be able to easily undo what Babidi has done. So Vegeta's symbol has since disappeared. Vegeta is back to normal, and with Vegeta around and Goku still having quite a bit of time left on his planet because he didn't exert a whole lot of energy battling with Boo, Goku was basically just quickly knocked out. he didn't exert his energy that much because he didn't fight with Margin Vegeta this time. Curry did that for him. So this would allow Goku to actually teach the fusion dance not only to Goten and Trunks, but also with Vegeta. Does Goku use instant transmission to bring Bulma, Videl, Chi-Chi, and everyone else to look out? Yes, that does happen. Goku does inform everyone of what's happened with Gohan, that he thinks they're dead and whatnot. But of course, Videl knows deep down, just somehow, someway, Gohan is alive. Young love. And with them realizing they left the Dragon Radar behind, because by the time this is done, they're going to have to repair all the damage that Boo and Babidi are causing, and with they have Trunks look for the Dragon Radar, and well, Goku actually does try to talk Vegeta into fusing with him and becoming Gogeta, and just put an end to this. Oh, Vegeta, come on, we don't do this. Everyone could be killed. Goten, Trunks, even Bulma. And this, of course, isn't enough to get Vegeta to actually comply with Goku. Fine, Kakarot, but not a word to anyone. Everyone's pretty much there to witness this, and everyone's having a bit of a chuckle at Vegeta doing these fusion. This, we do get Gogeta in this timeline, who uses instant transmission, and they basically kill Babidi straight off, and Boo is not having an easy time fighting with the fused Vegeta and Goku. In fact, this actually leads to Gogeta defeating Boo easily. Yeah, Boo is defeated and destroyed. And that's pretty much all she wrote. The Boo saga is pretty much taken care of right then and there. And Supreme Kai, basically sensing this from where he is, well, how about that? Someone has taken care of Boo. Gohan, doing his training with the Z-Sword, what? Yeah, everything's okay. You can, put the sword down if everything's all done. Because remember, this is your basic Margin Boo. We haven't had the whole Evil Boo, Super Boo, or any of that happen yet. This actually led to Boo being a lot weaker than he is, and Gogeta is just more than enough to handle Babidi and Boo. It's over! It's finished. This really actually does cut the Boo saga really short, and a key element to their success is the fact that Curry was around, who fought Margin Vegeta instead, and of course managed to do a bit of damage himself, you know, his whole explosion thing. This bought everyone the time they needed to better prepare for Boo, and it was just a matter of talking Vegeta into doing the fusion. That and the fusion done, this actually does run Goku's time out. You know, the whole fusion of the pair, using all that power to face Boo, does run Goku's time out, and he has to go back to Otherworld, and when he makes his return, he's able to sense Gohan's increasing energy, and Supreme Kai, and even Curry's. Then meets up with them and tells them, so Videl was right, you are alive, and Curry too, well that's a relief. And Supreme Kai's asking Goku what's going on down there. We can't sense Babidi or Boo's energy anymore. Oh well, Vegeta and I kinda took care of that. We did the whole fusion dance and we put a stop to it all. Fusion, now why didn't I think of that? Supreme Kai, of course, doesn't know about Potara fusion, but he didn't quite expect that Goku would have knew the fusion dance. Well, Goku, of course, questioned about it, so, what is that thing? Well, this is the Z-Sword. We're going to have Gohan train up to beat Boo with it. Well, I can certainly tell it's done wonders. I mean, look at how much you powered up. Goku's like, yeah, I'll say. I'm almost keen for a sparring match right here, right now. And, well, Goku has the bright idea to test how powerful the sword is, throw in the whole boulder in it that Gohan's able to cut through easily. And then, of course, they throw that sacred stone at it, you know, that stuff that is really, really rock hard, and snaps the Z-sword, and we get Elder Kai. Well, thank you for freeing me, young man. And would Gohan actually have his sleep powers awakened? Actually think not. Not in this particular timeline. I mean, they've already beaten Boo, and there's no really point in really awakening Gohan, having him unlock, of course, Mystic Gohan. So with that, Goku basically, Curry and Gohan basically take their leave and go back to Lookout. They may as well. The battle's over. It's over. It's done. Why are you still here? Go! Go home! Curry, along with Gohan, do meet up with the rest of the Dragon Team on the Lookout, and Snow and Android number 8, Ada, are just happy to see their adopted son alive and well and kicking. With a clothes beam, of course, he does have his gi back on, his little beanie hat. Curry has actually become accustomed to that look. He actually quite likes that look. Wonder what they're going to do about these cities. They could wait 6 months to use Shenron against the Dragon Balls. And that's where Goku pipes up. We can use the Namek Dragon Balls instead. New Namek is just a quick instant transmission trip. Elder Kai a bit, opposed to this. He doesn't want to use Namek Dragon Balls to fix all this, but keep in mind that this whole mess is pretty much the Kai's fault. He has no choice but to allow them to use the Namekian Dragon Balls. And, of course, since the Frieza incident, the Nameks have made Porunga a lot more powerful than what he was originally. They have the 3 wishes, as well as the ability to resurrect multiple people, so they used that to... They would use the Dragon Balls to wish back everyone who was killed by Boo, Babidi, and any of his henchmen. And, of course, the second wish was to restore the cities the way they were. Elder Kai actually decides to use the last wish to give Goku back his life. A reward for everything he did to stop Majin Buu. After all, him being dead, he didn't really have any business really sticking his neck out to stop Buu, but he did it anyway. So I think it's fair that the Sun family get their fallen hero back. So Goku can live the rest of his life with his family, be able to have a role in raising Goten. And this would mean Goku would have chances to spar with Curry, because Goku's actually been pretty keen to have a few matches with Curry. To fight a sort of perfect Cell who isn't a bad guy? Why the heck not? And as for Vegeta and Curry, Vegeta's still a bit grumpy towards Curry, but he's more or less come around. Everything Curry did to try and save his family and friends was it was admirable in the prince's eyes, and Vegeta has learnt that yes, he can trust this creature. He's not going to go nuts and try and destroy the planet or any of them. And I think that is where we're actually going to leave things for now. So let me know, what do you guys think? Do you like what I've done here? Do you actually want me to go into the events of Dragon Ball Super with this What If? Because I was actually thinking of ending it here, but I don't know, if you guys are interested and keen, we might actually go into Dragon Ball Super with this What If. Anyway, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, I'll catch you later.